Hello and welcome to another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. In each episode, we take a look at a movie that is featured on Disney+. On this episode, we are taking a look at the controversial mockumentary when we take a look at Borat. And if you are enjoying these episodes, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified with each new episode. Now, sit back and enjoy this episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So like I said, today we are covering Borat. This movie was released on August 4th of 2006. It was directed by Larry Charles. The screenplay was by Sasha Baron Cohen, Anthony Hines, Peter Bayham, and Dan Mazer. The production companies were 20th Century Fox, Dune Entertainment, 4x2 Films, Everyman Pictures, Major Studio Partners, One America Productions, Ingenious Media, Talkback, and Channel 4 Films, and it was distributed by 20th Century Fox. The budget for this movie was $18 million, and it did a box office return of $262.6 million. So in terms of the backstory, the film was unique because other than Borat, Azmat, Lunel, and Pamela Anderson, all the other people in the film were not actors. Most of the scenes were filmed unscripted, and most of the participants were given no warning of what was being filmed other than the release forms they had to sign when they had finished their work. Filming began in January of 2005 with Todd Phillips originally as director, and it started off with chaos as when Sasha Baron Cohen caused a riot at a Texas rodeo. Again, remember, all of these scenes were not, no one was clued in that this was a fake documentary or that what was being filmed. So Todd Phillips would leave the production after creative differences with Cohen, and Larry Charles would step in to direct the rest of the movie. The final shooting would actually have over 400 hours of film before being edited. So in terms of the cast, you have Sasha Baron Cohen, who plays Borat, Ken Dadavan, who plays Azmat Bakhtov, Lunel, who plays herself, and Pamela Anderson, who plays herself. So in terms of the plot of the movie, at the behest of the Kazakhstan Ministry of Information, reporter Borat Sadayev leaves Kazakhstan to make a documentary about American society and culture. Leaving behind his wife Osaka and accompanied by his producer Azmat Bakhtov and pet chicken, Borat departs for the US of A and the greatest country in the world. So in terms of the release of the movie, the film was first previewed at the 2006 San Diego Comic-Con, and the first screening of the movie would be at the 2006 Traverse City Film Festival. The film would hold its official premiere at the 2006 Toronto International Film Festival, where Cohen would actually appear in character at the premiere and arrive via a cart pulled by women dressed as peasants. However, 20 minutes into the premiere of the film, the projector would break, and Cohen would actually do an impromptu improv act to keep the audience entertained while they fix the projector. So this film has an extensive legacy, both very controversial. So the film would be nominated for an Academy Award for Best Adapted Screenplay. The New York Post reported that in November of 2006, Pamela Anderson's then husband, Kid Rock, was very upset with her for her appearance in the film. Kid Rock called her a whore, and it was rumored that this was one of the reasons that Kid Rock gave to wanting a divorce from her, because he was so upset that she would appear in this film. The villagers of Gold, Romania would also take legal action against the producers, saying that they were lied to about the nature of the film and that they were portrayed as incestuous and ignorant. They would ultimately sue for $38 million, and the case was ultimately thrown out, but Cohen himself would donate $5,000 to the town, in addition to buying computers and school and business supplies for the town residents. The government of Kazakhstan would also, and their foreign minister would also threaten to sue Cohen. They would ultimately launch a multi-million-dollar campaign called the Heart of Eurasia to counter the Borat effect on their country. And finally, in 2012, the parody anthem from the film soundtrack was accidentally played at a medal ceremony for the Emir of Kuwait International Shooting Grand Prix. Officials said that they downloaded the wrong anthem from the internet and that they had apologized. So what I recommend the movie? This one's a tough one. The movie is very offensive, just FYI. You need to go into it with a sense of humor. If you are easily offended, it's not for you. For me, it's not my type of humor, but I understand why people find it funny. It is kind of zany, crazy Looney Tunes type humor, and based on a lot of stereotypes. So I understand why this movie was popular. Again, it is not for me. So probably not one I'm going to be rewatching over and over again. But again, I can see its popularity. It did lead to another same type of the movie called Bruno, which did not do as successful, unfortunately. But yeah, definitely it's if you don't go into it taking it too seriously, it can be funny. But I know that a lot of people were offended by this, thus all the lawsuits and everything. So go into it with your own sense of concern, I guess. If you're easily offended, I would just avoid it. So thank you so much for joining us here on another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. I would love for anyone to leave a comment below on what they thought of Borat, both good or bad. It'd be an interesting discussion. So as we look forward to our next episode, we're going to be going into a more lighthearted take as we take a look at the first live-action animated movie, adapted animated movie, as when we take a look at 101 Dalmatians, starring Glenn Close and Jeff Daniels. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.